NBA teams that were pretty bad but somehow became champions. Back in the late 1990s and early 2000s, the Detroit Pistons were just another team struggling to find their way. Fans did not expect much from them for years because after their bad boys era ended, they kept missing the playoffs or losing early on. The team had some big names like Grant Hill, but the truth is their roster just was not balanced and things never really clicked. But just when it looked like Detroit would stay stuck forever, something happened that changed everything. You see, during the summer of 2000, the Pistons lost Grant Hill, the guy everyone thought was their ticket to greatness. But instead of falling apart completely, they pulled off a smart trade for a defender named Ben Wallace, who nobody saw as a star at the time. Ben turned into one of the most dominant defenders in the league and gave Detroit an identity that nobody could ignore. But this was still far from enough to become an NBA champion. The thing is, the pieces were still missing, so the Pistons just kept building. In 2002, they picked up Chauncey Billups, a point guard who had been bouncing from team to team. No one thought he was anything special. And they also drafted Tayshaun Prince late in the first round. Both moves seemed quiet at first. However, these guys became game changers for Detroit. Now, these were already underrated moves, but what the team did next really shocked the league. As it turns out, Joe Dumars, the team's president, traded the team's top scorer, Jerry Stackhouse, for Richard Hamilton. Nobody expected much, but Rip Hamilton's crazy stamina and non-stop movement became perfect for Detroit's tough-minded system, and the team chemistry was building, but they just needed one last push, and the player who brought it all together had not even arrived yet. What I mean is that in 2004, the Pistons landed Rasheed Wallace at the trade deadline. Wallace was a star with a reputation for being emotional and tough, but Detroit's locker room turned out to be the perfect home for him, and suddenly everything fit. With Chauncey running the show, Rip sprinting all game, Prince locking up wings, Rasheed hitting shots, and Ben Wallace blocking everything, they transformed into a defensive force. But then came the moment that sealed their place into NBA history. You see, in the 2003-2004 season, the Pistons were playing lights-out basketball and earned themselves a ticket to the NBA Finals. And in the 2004 Finals, Detroit faced the Los Angeles Lakers, who had Shaq Kobe, Gary Payton, and Karl Malone, so people gave Detroit almost no chance. But despite this, Detroit's defense frustrated the Lakers at every turn. Chauncey Billups was on fire, Rip Hamilton's energy was endless, and Ben Wallace just shut everything down in the paint, and almost out of nowhere, the Pistons crushed the Lakers in 5 games and shocked the world while going from average to NBA champions just by making the right moves at the right time.